There are moments in life when holding on feels holy, but God's voice whispers, let them go. You're praying for peace, but carrying what He already told you to release. You're asking for clarity, but holding on to confusion because it's familiar. And today I came to tell somebody watching right now, you cannot walk into next while still chained to what was. Stay with me because by the end of this message, I'm going to show you a revelation straight out of Genesis that changed my life. It's the reason I finally stopped chasing people, stopped begging for closure, and started walking in peace. Hey family, my name is Patrick Ishimwe and welcome to the Patrick Ishimwe Show. Here we help young people grow closer to God, build stronger marriages, and live out their faith every single day. This message is personal to me because I've had to let go of friends I loved, opportunities I prayed for, even dreams I thought were from God, only to realize they were just for a season. So today we're going to talk about the following: why God sometimes removes people and things you love, how to discern when it's really God telling you to let go, and how to walk in peace after release. So let's dive in. Biblical insight number 1: God removes to make room. Let's write this down. God removes to make room. In Genesis chapter 13, Abraham and Lot are both blessed, too blessed to live together. Their herds are so large that their people start fighting. And Abraham says, let's separate. You go one way and I'll go the other. And right after Lot leaves, God speaks. After Lot had parted from him, the Lord said to Abraham, lift up your eyes. Did you catch that? God didn't speak until Lot left. Some of us are praying, God, speak to me. And God's saying, I will when you release who I told you to release. Lot represents what's familiar. He represents loyalty. But sometimes loyalty becomes the lid on your calling. Maybe it's a relationship, a habit, or a mindset. You love them, but they're no longer aligned. You're loyal, but they're no longer leading you closer to Jesus. And God says, you are not losing them. I am lifting you. A couple years back when I first started a business, I tried to take everyone with me. Every friend, every collaborator, every old connection. But there came a season when I realized not everyone who started with me was meant to scale with me. And so God whispered, Patrick, some people were good for your foundation, but they will fracture your future if you don't release them. So sometimes God has to separate before He can elevate. Biblical insight number 2, God's subtraction is strategic. God's subtraction is strategic. When God removes something, it's never random. He's not being cruel. He's being careful. Jesus called Judas friend even when Judas was betraying him. Why? Because Judas was part of the plan. The betrayal was necessary to bring salvation. So stop asking, why did they leave me? And start thanking God they did. Because God knows what conversations you never heard, what motives you couldn't see, and what destiny He is protecting you in. So the key here is trusting God's plan even when it hurts. If you're in a season of subtraction, don't panic. It's proof that God's refining what's around you so He can reveal what's within you. Biblical insight number 3, you can't step into Canaan while clinging to Lot. There's a reason God didn't tell Abraham which direction to go until Lot left. Because if God had shown Abraham too early, Lot might have tagged along. God hides direction to protect your destiny. He will keep certain things unclear until certain people exit. And that's not rejection, that's protection. So when you finally stop forcing what God is trying to finish, you will find peace you didn't even know you were missing. Biblical insight number 4: God prunes what's fruitful, not what's dead. God prunes what's fruitful, not what's dead. Wait a minute, did you catch that? He cuts what's dead, but he also cuts what's alive. That means even blessings get pruned. Sometimes the thing that once brought joy now brings frustration, not because it's bad, but because the season changed. You can't keep watering last season's soil and expect this season's harvest. Maybe that's why God's been stirring your heart lately. That restlessness you feel isn't rebellion, it's revelation. And so he's saying to you right now, I'm doing something new, so stop trying to revive what I'm removing. Biblical insight number 5: release is a test of trust. Letting go isn't weakness, it's worship. It's saying, God, I trust you enough to lose what I love if it means gaining you will. Remember Abraham on Mount Moriah? God said, take your son, your only son, Isaac, and sacrifice him. And Abraham obeyed. Right before the knife came down, God said, stop. Now I know that you trust me. Some of us say that we trust God, but we've never trusted him with something that hurts. You will know you're growing when you can say, even if I don't understand it, I still trust you. Biblical insight number 6: the peace comes after the parting. Peace comes after parting. Peace comes after parting. When Abraham and Lot separated, that was the first time God told Abraham, look around. All the land you see, I'll give to you. Sometimes you won't see the promise until you release the person. The revelation comes after the release. And that's why letting go hurts so much. Because your heart feels what your spirit already knows. That what you're clinging to isn't coming with you. But the pain of release is the price of peace. Biblical insight number 7: God replaces what you release. Every time God asks you to let go, he's preparing to give you something better. When Ruth let go of Moab, she found Boaz. When Peter left the boat, he found purpose. When the disciples left their nets, they found Jesus. You're not losing. You're trading temporary for eternal. You're exchanging what's comfortable for what's called. Sometimes even as a husband and a father, I see this in parenting. My son won't let go of his pacifier when I'm trying to give him milk. And he doesn't know the milk is better than the pacifier. He doesn't want to let it go, but I know that what's waiting for him next is something he's going to love. So I make him do it. And God is the same way. He's looking at you saying, son, daughter, I know you love that, but you've outgrown it. If you'll just trust me, I've got something greater. So here's my golden revelation. You will never walk into your next until you honor what God already ended. If you try to hold on to Lot, you'll miss what's in the land. If you cling to yesterday, you will sabotage tomorrow. But if you trust God enough to open your hands, he will fill them again with something far greater than what you lost. Because God never subtracts to leave you empty. He subtracts to make space for glory. This is why some friendships faded, why doors closed, why that opportunity didn't work out. It wasn't the devil, it was direction. God said, I'm protecting your peace. And when you finally let them go, you will discover what was blocking your blessing was never them. It was your unwillingness to release. So here's your word for today. Letting go isn't losing, it's aligning. It's trusting that God's plan is better than your preference. If this video spoke to your heart, comment below and let me know what you're letting go of this season, or share this with a friend who needs encouragement. And before you click away, watch the next video that just popped up on your screen. It's going to take you even deeper into peace. I'll see you there.